Welcome to the Sam Draiss Media Podcast. I'd like to offer a sort of introduction about what this podcast is about and why I'm doing it, or just a few more details. This is a podcast about working in motorsports media. My being a motorsports photographer, there'll be more episodes leaning towards that, but I didn't want to limit it to just that. So, motorsports videographers, journalists, photographers, even YouTubers, and anybody that works in motorsports media is welcome. This idea isn't necessarily original. Shout out to Mark Urban's Motorsports Creatives Twitter space, but it stems from some frustrations I had as an upcoming motorsports photographer. I was searching for motorsports photography podcasts on Spotify or any sort of podcast with a motorsports photographer as a guest. Naturally, there was a couple, and Jamie Price, who, if you don't know, is one of the most widely known motorsports photographers, was the guest for most of them. And there was a handful of them. And of course, I listened to all of them. And after listening to, say, 5 of them, I didn't learn anything more in the latter 4 than I did in the first one. And that's not Jamie's fault. These podcasts were all the same interview style, asking the same questions. And it isn't just podcasts either. It seems anything beyond novice information about being a motorsports photographer is scarce. I mean, yes, there is some. Call back to Jamie Price with his TikTok page and his motorsports photography workshops. They're all incredibly valuable resources. That's it. There really isn't a source of information outside grasping the basics. So I realized this opportunity and decided if nobody else is going to fill that gap, I would. A quick Facebook post scoping the interests with an encouraging response, and we were off and rolling. Having worked alongside many different people in media, I knew I wanted to open this up to anybody in motorsports media, not just photographers. So I scheduled my first few guests and got to recording the first 6 episodes, which will be released on April 1st, 2023, or depending on when you're watching this, it may already be out. Each episode will feature an open-ended conversation with a guest of who, of course, is in motorsports media. The same old interview, closed-ended questions, and that whole format is just stale to me. So I made a goal, and it's going to be a continuing goal to not be that. No written down questions, no agenda going into each episode. It's just going to be open-ended. With the goal of each episode feeling as natural as possible, we're going to do minimal editing. I mean, I don't even know if I want an intro for each episode yet. And if I do, they'll be 30 seconds or less. But yeah, that's basically it. Of course, searching for guests and also searching for sponsors. So if you'd like to sponsor an episode or be a guest on the episode, please email me at samdraicemedia@gmail.com. You'll see that in the description wherever this is, as well as on screen right now. But that's it. I look forward to it. Welcome to the Sam Draiss Media Podcast.